looks good. Alright. Whew, alright, well, that was a bit of a rush to try and get everything set up to the right time. I was kind of off doing a few different chores and errands before I was able to set everything up. And it's a little later than I originally intended it to be, but that's alright. So we're here now, and it's all good. So, let me see. I'm just a little out of it because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I started playing Minecraft, and and I literally am playing it for the first time, and getting to learn the game, and I got way into it much faster than I expected to. So, I spent all night last night playing Minecraft, and I spent most of the morning and a good portion of this afternoon playing Minecraft, and turns out I kind of like the game. I'm having a good time playing it. So I'm kind of behind schedule a little bit. I started this stream a little later than I expected to originally do it, and I also had to run out and do a few chores and errands, like I mentioned. And so I just kind of set up everything at the last possible second, and I was like, all right, it's time to jump into this and have a good time. I gotta stop wasting my time with all the Minecraft stuff and all that, and it's not a complete waste of time, but I gotta get back focused to doing what I really want to do. So we're back here again, working on the Strangleroot Geist. For anybody who might not quite recall, the Strangleroot Geist was what I was working on last time, and we actually got a lot of progress done on it the last time we were here. It's a little tough to see, but we got the foliage done really right with the shading. Let me see if I can move this light a little bit so that we can see it just a little bit better. I wish the angle... I wish that the lighting was a little bit better for this, but that's a better angle. You can kind of see how it blends in a lot better when the light isn't, completely focused on it. But, yeah, so we're going to continue working on this. And obviously from what we have worked on before, there's quite a bit of purple and black and gray. And I managed to get really lucky last time when I set up my primer. I actually made my primer a darker shade than what I'm used to doing. Normally it's a lot lighter. And so the primer this time around is been darker, and that's actually been a boon for this card because of all the darker colors and all of the fog and such, it makes it nicer and easier to blend the primer in with the rest of the paint. So I'm going to I'm trying to figure out where I should start here. I don't need this right here. I'm thinking maybe I should probably mix a purple first, because it looks like I was doing quite a bit with purple last time, and that seems to be the prominent background color. And then we'll probably blend up a nice gray, and then probably start setting up some black as well. So let me get this out of the way, and I'll start mixing some paint here. I haven't really cleaned my palette. Let me just kind of peel some of this off to get it out of the way. What's really nice about acrylics is when they harden up, they kind of just peel off like stickers. So it's like you don't really have to spend lots and lots of time trying to clean up after it if you're trying to reuse your palette like I do. Let's see. I'm going to get this brown off because it's kind of a big smudge there. Alright. So now the palette's looking a little bit nicer. And I'm going to focus on some red and some blue to start with, because I need that purple color. So let's go ahead and get some of this blue out here. There we go, just a little bit. We probably won't need that much blue, because most of the blue and the red that I'm about to use, it's all just going to be used to make purple. So I don't need to use very much of either color. Hey, Bo! Oh, thank you. You like the shirt? Yeah, it's if you listen to Korn, it's from a Korn album. It's the Follow the Leader. Here, let me kind of Bring it up. There it is. Corn. And yeah, it's a guy listening to a old Walkman. So it's a really old T-shirt. I've had it for a very, very long time. I have lots of really cool old rock band T-shirts. So yeah, I just felt like wearing this one. It's nice. It's big and comfortable, and it's really old. Like, I mean, Follow the Leader old, which is like a pretty old album. I think that was in like the mid '90s, I believe. It's been some time. I haven't thought about that album in quite a while. Still love them though. I'm a big fan of Korn. Their music is I don't know. It made a very large impact on me when I was younger. Back when I was an angsty teen. Well, since I've listened to Korn, but I used to like a few of their songs. Yeah, I love them. My favorite album is Life is Peachy. That's my favorite Korn album. And I know it's not the most popular Korn album, but I like it a lot. A lot of the songs in that album really spoke to me and they just made a major impact on me when I was in middle school and high school. So I like the Life is Peachy album a lot. Like Mr. Rogers and other good stuff like that. I also have a really crazy old Korn shirt. Like I'm talking about like and it's not it was given to me by my sister because my sister is has always been kind of a rock girl. And she used to, when she was a teenager, she used to go to all sorts of concerts, and she used to see lots of bands that are really popular now, back when they first got started. So I actually have a Korn shirt that is like basically the very first T-shirt merchandise they ever sold. So it's like a relic. Like it's I pretty much never wear it in fear of ruining it because it's so old. It's practically a collector's item. And another shirt that I have that's kind of like that is I also have a Deftones shirt that's really old, like ancient. And like the Korn shirt, it's one of those shirts where it's it was something that was like it was made back when they were first getting started and just beginning to sell merchandise and things like that. So I got this nice purple here. I'm actually going to take some of it and I'm going to lighten it up by adding a little bit of white. Not all of it, just this portion of it, because I think that this art needs a bit of a lighter purple color. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up some white and mix it in. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, there we go. Pretty decent dab of white there. Ooh, got some paint on my finger. Get off there. Absolutely. I'm listening to some interesting music in the background, so I kind of like the music I'm playing is this kind of nice abstract music that I listen to. It's kind of jazzy. I was actually talking with Helix about music earlier, and I was mentioning this particular style of music that I like to listen to. It's like a like kind of a hip hop jazz, but it's not like there's anybody singing or rapping or anything like that. It's just like hip hop jazz instrumental kind of stuff. I'm really into it. I really like the really interesting and abstract music. It's very intriguing to me. So I listen to a few different hip hop jazz channels that play music like that. So that's what I'm listening to right now. It's very nice. And I'm pretty sure that if I was monetized, I would be violating all up and down. But I was like, I'm not monetized, and I'm too small for YouTube to care about me right now. I'll get bigger eventually, but until I get bigger, I'm not going to worry too much about all the rules of monetization right now. So, all right, so I got this really nice light purple. Let me see if you guys can kind of see it. I'm worried my light might be a little too bright. Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit. There, that's a little bit better. So I got this nice light purple going on here, and I'm probably going to just mess around with that for a little bit. So let's see where it will take us. I think I'm actually going to turn the brightness back up, because it is, in fact, kind of dark in here. So I've kind of learned to do these streams with my window shades shut. It seems to help out a lot. So even though, the thing is, though, is that it looks great on the camera, but in my room it's actually very dark right now. So I kind of need a little bit of a brighter light to be able to see what I'm doing properly here. There we go. And, oh, and I'm really excited. I've been wanting to talk about this, because this is, oh, looks like Cinder's live. I'll go and check him out a little bit later, obviously. No, I'm going to abandon the stream right now to go see what Cinder's up to. 11 minutes in, we're done. So I actually wanted to bring up, because I'm super excited about this. So yesterday, because I had to wait until my next paycheck, and so my next paycheck came in, and I'm super excited to say that I have put in an order for a brand new high definition camera. And I'm really excited about it. Like, it's going to take some time to get here. But what'll be really nice is that I'm going to try and finish up this particular card in this stream today. And that way, when the new camera gets here, I'll have a completely new when the new camera gets here, I'll have a completely new card that I can work on that will be really fun to do and show off in front of the camera, just to get like a whole new perspective and all that. It'll be really fun. So I'm very excited about that. I have a it's a, what is it? It's a Logitech webcam. And I'm very excited for it to get here, because it seems like it's pretty good quality. It had a lot of good reviews on it, so I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going for. And the other thing that I'm really excited about getting here is I also ordered an arm for the camera, so that way I can clip it onto my table and then move the camera around in all sorts of different directions to give better angles and things like that of the painting. The only reason why I have to keep the camera at this really annoying, like, single, like, angle like this is because this camera doesn't have a bolt, like a, what is it, a hole for screwing into, like, a stand or anything like that, or, like, a tripod. It's a very, I didn't really know very much about web cameras at all when I bought this web camera. I only bought this web camera because it's very cheap. And and the part of it too was I was thinking to myself, well, I don't even know if I'm really going to be a fan of doing streams. So I might as well just buy something cheap. That way, if it turns out that I don't like streaming, I won't regret the money I spent, you know, because it was only like $20 to buy this little camera that I have here. And but now that I'm really into streaming and I want to do this on a regular basis, I was like, okay, well, I gotta upgrade. Like, I can't keep, you know, depending on this little potato camera. So I gotta upgrade. And the thing is that I do still plan to use this camera for the streams, but it's not going to be for the actual card painting, because the quality is so low that I don't really have fun, like, being able to show off, like, all of the tiny details that I'm doing and things like that. So I need a higher quality camera specifically for that purpose. But the thing that I am keeping this camera for is that my goal is to set up, to have the high definition camera for the card, for painting, and have the little potato camera to show my face off in the corner or something like that. And I thought that might be a little more fun because it makes it a little more personal, talking with you guys and painting. And I kind of like that because that way, it's if there's anything I've learned about, especially when having like conversations and stuff like that, is that it's much nicer to have a face to put towards words, if you know what I mean. Like, it just feels better when you're listening to somebody or talking with somebody and you have like their face to look at. And so that's what I wanted to use this little potato camera for when I get the new camera. Is I'm going to set it up so it can focus on my face, so that you guys can kind of look at my face while we're talking. And it's a little more personal and a little more interactive, and I kind of like that. So that's how it's going to be done. And I'm just really excited because I spent a pretty good amount of money on this camera. I spent about $60 on this camera, and I'm just very excited to get my hands on it and improve the quality of my stream again. It'll be great. So I'm just to keep you guys filled in, I'm just painting all this purple because the purple color is going to be the background color that I use. And I'll be able to shade it darker and such as I see fit after I get the initial coloration done here, which will be pretty nice. And I still want to, I did keep in mind that I wanted to do a particular detail for this card. I remembered it. I made sure to not forget that I wanted to do it, which is I want to do like a trail. I want to make this green color of the spirit, and I kind of want to make a trail of like vines and leaves, kind of like wrapping around the area. I thought that would be really cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I gotta say that another thing that I'm really excited about for that new camera to show up is that I basically told myself that once I got the new camera, I was going to start doing the commissions. So I'm really excited to get that camera here so that I can set it up so it looks very nice, and I can work on my very first commission piece, which I've been putting off specifically to wait for the camera to show up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. Get the first commission piece, and I still have to also because one of the commission pieces is already set to be done. So I just have to get that camera in and to work on it. But there's another commission piece that I was given, and I haven't been prepaid for it yet. But I want to talk with Alan more because he's kind of I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to keep in touch with him. I've tried contacting him a couple times, but he seems to be pretty busy. But Alan was interested in the what is it called? Natural. I think it's called Natural Selection. The Natural Selection card. He wanted me to do an altar for him, and I really want to do that. So I have to get in touch with him so that we can talk it over more because it's been been kind of rough trying to get a hold of him. And that's one that I really want to do it. Like, that's the thing, is like I can't work on it until I get it all negotiated with him first. But I really want to work on it because it seems like it's going to be a really fun piece to do, and I'm really excited about it. So another thing too is I've been kind of brainstorming I've been brainstorming a card that I really want to paint. Just on my free time, like it's not like anybody's commissioning me for it, and it's not like it wouldn't be like one of these where it's like an extended art. I came up with an interesting idea for a full altar that I've been wanting to do for a while. In fact, this was an altar that I had been planning for. I've done like 3 different sketches of it, and like each time I do a sketch, it never seems quite the way I want it to be. So I end up just like scrapping the sketch and waiting until I come up with a better one. And it was a couple of days ago, I came up with this idea. I haven't sketched it out yet, but I came up with this really cool idea. So the altar that I want to do is I want to do I want to do an altar of a skull clamp, because that's an artifact that I really enjoy, and not necessarily like, obviously it's a very powerful card. Like, everybody knows, Skull Clamp. Like, it's broken. It's a broken card. It's super powerful, and people like it because it's stupid bonkers strong. But my thing about Skull Clamp is I always liked the flavor of it, and I always liked like, the thing is okay. Skull Clamp is a card where I like the flavor of what it is and what it's supposed to do, and like the point of what it's doing, but I don't like the art. And like, most people don't like the art, and I don't like the original art, and I also don't like the art that they redid for Skull Clamp specifically to put it into Commander. And I felt like that there was a lot of potential with like the concept of like what Skull Clamp was, but they never like did any justice for it in the art. And so for a long time I've been like brainstorming on the idea of like my overall concept of what I've wanted to do is to make Skull Clamp look really savage. Just I've done it in a couple different ways. So one of the ways that I did it was I was trying to do like a really classic sci-fi appearance to it, where it was like like the first sketch I did was like a helmet, and I need some black. Let's see. I need to grab my black paint. I'm mixing up a gray real quick. So my first sketch that I did for Skull Clamp that I ended up not liking was I went a really hardcore sci-fi route with it. Hey Mez, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. I'm just kind of talking about an altar that I want to do. I'm trying to come up with I want to do a Skull Clamp altar, and I'm kind of talking about my overall thought process behind trying to set it up the way that I want it. So the first Skull Clamp sketch that I did was a really hardcore sci-fi look, where it was like almost like a futuristic looking helmet, and that helmet had like these glass tubes pulling out. I had like two glass tubes sticking out of the top of the helmet, and the idea was that the glass tubes were filled with like a glowing liquid. And the idea behind the flavor of that art was that the liquid was being extracted from the brain in the helmet, and the liquid was supposed to represent the two cards you draw when the creature that's wearing it dies. So that was like my first attempt, and I didn't really like it because the main thing I didn't like about it was that I felt like that it was too the science fiction concept of it was too futuristic, and I didn't like that. I didn't like how blatantly futuristic it appeared, and because it felt like it was losing the fantasy appearance that I really wanted it to have. Like the because like it's obviously supposed to be like a future piece of equipment, like a science fiction-y kind of thing. But at the same time, it's also supposed to have like a kind of fantasy look to it, like a magical, what's the word? Like, science fiction mixed with, fantasy kind of. And so it didn't really have that appearance. It just had like the raw, like hardcore futuristic sci-fi look to it, and I didn't really like that. So I kind of scrapped that sketch. I mean, I still have it, but I kind of stepped away from it as the idea for an altar that I wanted to do. So then later on, I came back and hey, what's up, Jabin? Good to see you, man. Yeah, the new Tool album's coming out. I'm pretty excited about that, brother. I am very excited about that. I'm going to have to look it up, and I don't know if like I'll have to see if I can find like when the album comes out, I will look for a physical CD because I want to own the physical CD because I own all of the Tool CDs. So I want to get the new album as a physical copy. So I'll have to look into that. I don't know how like are CDs still a thing? I can't believe I'm asking that. Are CDs still being made? Is that a thing that still happens? Uh, so, anyways, yeah. So I eventually came back to working on the skull clamp art again later on when I thought I had a better concept for it. So the uh, the second concept that I started building for the skull clamp art that I wanted to do was I went a more darker route with it, and I decided that a skull clamp seemed like something that the Phyrexians would design. You know, um, it seems like something that like a Phyrexian would design to like torture somebody and also simultaneously gain knowledge in the process. So I kind of took a more like brutal like turn to it. I kind of gave it this like Phyrexian look where I basically made it so that the cap was like a metal cranial plating almost that was being screwed into the top of the head of the creature. And it was pretty brutal and metal looking. Like it looked really awesome. I was making it so that the bolts that were being screwed into the helmet were like had the Phyrexian O shape on it. Probably on Amazon. Okay, I will look it up. I will look up the CD and see if I can find it when it comes out. I assume it's not actually out yet, but I'm very excited to get my hands on that. So yeah, I went ahead and went the more Phyrexian um, appearance to it, and even with the Phyrexian appearance, it didn't look quite right to me. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me with how I did it because I made it look like I don't know. It was very brutal, which is what I wanted, but it wasn't like the right kind of brutal. Like it wasn't like I don't know. It looked like that it was something that was being used to improve a creature. Like in other words, like even though it was really nasty looking, it still looked like it was like a piece of armor, you know? And that's not really the direction I wanted with it. I wanted it to look more like a torture device, you know? Because that's kind of like how I see it. Like, as weird as that might sound, I kind of see the skull clamp artwork as being like more like a torture device to be used against creatures and people and things like that. So what I then basically like left that alone, scrapped the sketch, and the whole point of this conversation was that a couple days ago I came up with a new concept for the sketch, the skull clamp sketch. So the new idea I had, I can't remember what it was what inspired me, but basically what it was is that I came up with the idea of um, like making it look more like Black Vice. Like you know the artwork for the original Black Vice card, where it's got like the little puppet and there's like a giant, like literally a giant vice with spikes crushing its head. You know, that's basically like my new concept that I have for the skull clamp. Is that what I want to do? Is I want to like paint um, and I mean, I'll probably sketch it out first and then decide whether or not I like it. But based on how I see it in my head right now, I think it looks like the idea seems really cool. Is I want to draw like a skull or a skeleton or something, and have it so that the skull clamp is like a gigantic black vice, like squeezing and crushing the skull. And I haven't completely decided which direction I actually want to go with it, because I kind of still want to try to make it look more like a relatively, like a piece of technology that is in fact extracting knowledge from the process of the torture, but I just don't know completely yet how to go about it. So I'm going to have to kind of brainstorm on it a bit more and sketch it out. But I really like the idea that it's like a gigantic vice squeezing a skull and extracting info or something like that. And that could still be attributed to Phyrexia. So I mean, I kind of, and I kind of went that direction a little bit when I did the like Yawgmoth Will altar that I did, which had like the really brutal skeleton that was like rising up from the muck and all that. So I mean, I could still probably do something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was something I was brainstorming like recently, and I thought I would just kind of talk about it because I'm still thinking about it. Like it's something I really it's that's what I love about doing these altars and things like that, is because like I legitimately get inspired to like do certain pieces just for fun. Like it's literally like doing this is a very I'm very passionate about painting, and I get all these cool ideas that I want to try out, and I want to paint and things like that. And so I'm always trying to try new things, and I'm passionate about it and I enjoy it. So it's kind of like, even like I said, like even like it's not just about trying to make content for YouTube. It's that like I just want to have a good time and paint, because that's what I love doing. I'm kind of smudging in my black here, and I'm being very light about it because I don't want it to be completely black, obviously. I kind of patched in some gray in various different spots, and now I'm just kind of trying to get that black patchy appearance to it. And I'll probably be messing around with the coloration a little bit more for the purple as well. There's a couple of spots that I think would be really nice to flesh out with some more purple. So, but first I want to get this black stuff done first before I get back into that purple again. And I really like this piece. I really like this card a lot. I have some pretty good memories with it. It's like I said, I didn't play Innistrad, but I do have like 8 copies of this card, and it's like I put it in so many different decks because it's so powerful. And I just it's one of those cards where it seems so hilariously obscene to like see. Like, I love when there are cards that have abilities where you're like, that card shouldn't have that ability. That's too powerful for that color. Like, and haste is like one of those abilities that it feels like whenever a green card has haste, it seems so powerful. Like, I don't think I own a single green card that has haste that doesn't seem crazy strong. Like, because like I said, like Strangleroot Geist is like one of the best examples, but I also have like a copy of Vengevine, and Vengevine is broken. I mean, even if it didn't have that ability to be reanimated for free, like, it would still be broken. Because I mean, it's a 4 mana 4/3 with haste. It's like, it's so brutal. Like, it just immediately starts ravaging face like the turn that it comes out, and it's like, and that's the thing too, is because like one of the weaknesses to green is that and I feel like that's like what balances green, is that green has these big powerful creatures all the time, and the main weakness to green is that, well, like, even if you have like these big powerful creatures, like, other colors will respond. Like, they'll, white will exile it, or blue will counter it, or return it to your hand, or red will deal damage, or black will, straight out destroy it. And so that's kind of like what balances like green power and stuff like that. And so like a lot of the time the way that that works is that like ignoring instants and things like that, like a lot of the time a lot of colors will be like, okay, well the green fatty has to like sit out on the field for one turn before I have to actually worry about it, so that gives me a time to like have another turn, draw an extra card, figure out like how I'm going to handle it and blah blah blah. But when green gets something like haste, it's like the threat is like right now, and I really love cards that do that kind of stuff, where it's just like, this is a problem now, like you have to handle this right now, and that's always a lot of fun to kind of mess with people when you have strong, powerful green cards that do that kind of stuff. So, and that's the thing too, is that like I know that obviously like Mike Hatcher is a big uh, green fan. He plays his green tower and such like that, and I'm not particularly a big fan of green. Um, I mean, I like green. It's like I'm actually not like there's no one particular color that I prefer over any other. Because I remember somebody was asking me that a while ago, and I couldn't answer them because they were like, "Well, what's your favorite color to play?" And I like couldn't answer that question because I like playing all the colors. Like I like all the colors for all sorts of different reasons. They're all good at various different things, and I like to change up what I play all the time. Um, like I mean, I would say like my favorite deck that I own like is a blue, white, and black deck. Like I spent a lot of time and a lot of love putting the blue, black, and white deck that I have together, and it has all sorts of crazy strong stuff in it. And but the thing is too is that like even though that's like my favorite deck, I don't really ever play it. Like I don't. Because I'm not. I don't like playing decks anymore. Like that's not really how I play Magic anymore. It's because it's not fun. Like I mean, I had lots. I still have lots and lots of different decks, varieties of all sorts of different colors with all sorts of different themes that do all sorts of different things, and they're all different. Pretty much none of them are exactly the same as another. Um, but the thing is that like even though I have this large variety of all sorts of different decks that I can play with, I still get bored with what I have. Because, like, all of the decks that I have, like, it's like, oh, this is my artifact deck, which means I'm going to be playing until I end up as one of those guys. Oh, Mike. Thank you for being in the stream, Mike. Glad to have you in here, dude. I gotta tell you, Mike, I am, like, I played Minecraft all night last night. I got basically no sleep at all. I'm addicted. I've only played it for a day and a half, and I already know that I'm completely and totally addicted. Like, I spent all night last night. I started playing Minecraft when Cinder began his stream. I actually started it during your stream. I started playing Minecraft during your stream, and I was still watching and trying to, like, be a part of that. But I started playing Minecraft during your stream, played it all through Cinder's stream, and I played Minecraft nonstop until 5 in the morning this morning. Like, it was not good. I couldn't believe it because I, like, didn't realize how the time was passing until I started seeing the sunrise in my window, and I was like, oh shit, I played it all night long. So yeah, I'm hooked now, and I love it. I really do. I'm having a great time. Oh man, I'm glad that you guys talked me into it. Like I had been kind of showing interest in Minecraft from watching you play it, from watching Cinder play it. I've seen some other large YouTubers who are playing it, And I don't even care that it's like the fad going on right now. It's a fun game. Like, I don't even care that it's a fad. It's just legitimately fun to play. So, I mean, I'm hooked. I gotta be careful with how much time I spend. I don't think I can do another another night where I stay up all night long playing Minecraft. That's probably not exactly the healthiest thing to be doing. Oh man. But yeah, I'm glad you guys got me into it. Oh, that's okay, Legendary Peacock. It's no worries, man. I I think that what Minecraft does for me is it speaks to my artistic side. Like it's because like I mean a lot of people told me like oh well it's like video game Legos, and like I used to play with Legos a lot when I was a kid as well. So you know that kind and I like creating and being creative and things like that. And Minecraft like that's all it is it's just like being creative. And so that's what I love about it. Like I'm really glad that I got into it when I did. And I don't even mind the fact that it took me so long to really get into it. Because like the thing is that every time I tried to play it in the past, it was because I'd be at like a friend's house or something. And they'd be like, oh, you gotta play Minecraft, like just try it with me. And like we'd play it for like an hour, and like my friends would be like explaining like all the details to like how to play it and things like that and all the things I need to do and all this stuff. And like it was really overwhelming, which is what originally like made me not want to be a part of it. And I kind of realized like cuz like what really helped me figure it out was watching Cinder Shadow play Minecraft. Because Cinder Shadow explained, like, he was like, I'm totally new, I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm just gonna jump into it and I'm gonna do whatever feels right. And, like, watching him, like, play the game as, like, I don't know what I'm doing and I just am figuring it out for myself, looked like fun. Like, I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to learn the game at my own pace. And that looks like it would be really fun. And so when I jumped into Minecraft like yesterday, that's what I did. Is I was like, what do I want to do? And I was like, you know what? I want to build a sandcastle. So I started working on a sandcastle, and now I have this crazy huge sandcastle that I've been working on for the last day and a half. And it's everything that I wanted it to be. Like, you know, just jumping into it as it is and kind of figuring it out as I go along. And, you know, it's been rough here and there, but I'm still having a great time. Like, I have yet to have a moment in the game where I'm like, screw this game, and I, like, throw my keyboard off to the side. Like, I don't have that. I haven't had anything like that yet, which is a good feeling because, you know, I don't like it when I'm playing a game and it's like, I just want to throw my controller at the TV or something like that, you know? Um, I've been playing Fire Emblem for 90 hours, so I get it. Yeah, I know what it's like. I know that feeling because I've gotten addicted to other games too. It's just not as frequent for me as it used to be in the past, simply because a lot of games. I don't know, like a lot of the newer games feel so boring to me. Like I just get so bored, and like I don't know like what it is about it. It's like I want like you know I've had a lot of different people say like oh it's because you're getting older or you're getting more mature or it's because the games are not as good or like the companies are not the same or whatever. And it's like I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's just kind of because I want to spend more time you know building my life right now. And I feel like that a lot of the time I get the feeling like that video games can be a major distraction for me, and the fact that there aren't any games that I've been really interested in playing was kind of this boon that allowed me to focus more on making money, setting up my channel, doing the things that I want to do. So that was kind of the route I took. But now that I've jumped into Minecraft and realized, oh my god, I'm hooked on this game, it's like, well, maybe I do still have an interest in playing video games. So maybe it's not all downhill from here, you know? Let's see. It's also why Animal Crossing is the big sequel is adding crafting to it. That makes sense. Minecraft is special. You need to try it with mods, though, my man. It's fucking next level. Nice. Well, I will look into that because I mean that sounds really fun. I know that like there's lots of people who are talking about like the different shaders to make everything look glossier, which kind of might be interesting because I loved. I played a lot of Skyrim, and one of my favorite mods was like the mods that would make everything look really pretty. Like I love mods that are like make the grass look more real and make the trees seem more realistic and real weather and things like that. So I'm down to definitely look into some of those mods because that sounds really fun. Like I wouldn't mind something that might make Minecraft look just a little bit prettier on my end. That'd be kind of cool. And I was really happy to be added to the server that you and Cinder and Helfer Games and everybody's kind of playing in. It's really fun. I like playing with a bunch of people that I know really well and who are all like really cool and not trying to cause trouble and stuff like that. So it's very user friendly and noob friendly, which I really like. So I'm glad I get to hang out on that game and have a good time and learn the game from the bottom up. And it's fun. I love it. And I just gotta not die so much. Every single monster in Minecraft scares the shit out of me. Like, every single monster I've come up against has killed me. Like, has absolutely killed me. And I mean, I was told by Helfer Games that the reason why is apparently the server we're playing on is designed so that the monsters are stronger. So that makes a lot more sense when I heard him say that. And I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, I actually like it when games are really hard like that. I mean, I did just say, like, I don't like being in a situation where I'm like, fuck this game, like, I'm tired of this, it's making me miserable. But, like, and yeah, that's true, like, I don't like that feeling. But I also like having an environment that I'm playing in where the monsters feel like they're actually a challenge and the puzzles are challenging and normally, like I said, like, if I get really frustrated, I'll just step away for a couple hours. So, but I actually like the idea that the monsters in this Minecraft server are really powerful and scary. And the reason why is because it makes you feel like the survival mode really matters. Like, because, like, for example, like when I play stuff like Fallout, I like to play Fallout when it has like a survival mode where like you have to like make sure you're not starving to death and you have to make sure that you're not gonna die of thirst and you have to sleep on a regular basis and like everything that comes at you is like significantly stronger and all that stuff. I really enjoy that. Because I don't know, I really like games that involve survival and like the idea of like things are harder here, and I like that. I really do. And like I said, like Skyrim was actually no, it wasn't Skyrim. It was actually Fallout New Vegas was the game that made me realize that I loved playing games that have survival mode and stuff like that. Because the survival mode in New Vegas was fantastic. Like, I loved it. And I know that there's a lot of people that are, that will probably say, well, there's other Survivor games that are much more tough and much more in-depth. And it's like, yeah, I know. I've played a couple of them. But I just felt like that the way that New Vegas handled their survival mode, it was very elegant and it wasn't so complicated that you, like, hated it. Like, there was never like, it was important to keep track of, but there was never a moment in time where like it was so frustrating that you felt miserable doing it, and I liked that. I really did. New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game. Like, all the others kind of pale in comparison, in my opinion. I don't even like Fallout 4. I thought Fallout 4 was terrible. But I could, like, that was one of the, it's actually funny that I bring up Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was one of the first games that made me realize that I didn't really like playing video games as much as I used to. 'Cause, like, I kept trying to play Fallout New Vegas not New Vegas, Fallout 4 multiple different times, and I hated it. I was so bored. I would play it for an hour. Like, that's the thing, is because, like, I would play New Vegas for, like non-stop for an entire day. And I would love absolutely every second of it while doing it. But, when I played Fallout 4, I would sit there doing things for an hour. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bored. Like, I'm so bored. And, like, no matter what I tried to do in Fallout 4, I always felt bored. And, like, and it's just funny because, like there are other games that I've played, like I can go back to Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I can put that game on right now and play that for like 5 hours straight and not feel bored. But I turn on Fallout 4, play it for an hour, and I'm bored out of my mind. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know why that is that way. Like, it was just such a boring game to me, and I just couldn't stand it. So I'm going to stop for a minute here. So what I've done is I've kind of added in all this purple, black, and gray, and you can really see it on the bottom here. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. However, I don't feel anywhere near being done with it. What I want to do is I mentioned that I really wanted to do the green trails of, like, leaves and vines, like the ones that are over here in the side. And I kind of want them to come down and, like, trail along the side here and maybe do a few spots at the bottom as well. I thought that would be really fun. So I think I'm going to try to set up my palette with a green color that suits the vines and the foliage of the ghost spirit. So I'm going to set that up right now. So I'm going to use my fancy schmancy Patholo Green. Love this paint. I hope I never run out of it because it's amazing. Just like a little dab. Little teeny itty bitty tiny dab. Alright. Because I know that I don't need very much of it. So what's really interesting is that I think the Patholo Green is actually very close to the color hue that I really want to get. So all I have to do is lighten it up with white. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a little dab of it because I might need more later. I'm not sure yet. And I'm just going to put it off to the side there and wet my brush. And I'm going to... Oh, hey, by the way, I'm not sure, he might have left. Bo Falcon, if you're still here, let me know, because I had a question for you. So just let me know if you're still in the chat or not, because something I wanted to ask you, but I'm not going to ask it if you're not here. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of mix that in. A little bit of white there. And I'm going to... I think that might be very, like, the right color that I want, so... Yeah. I think I'm going to try that, just like that. Oh, Bo Falcon. Okay, cool. So, I wanted to ask you, do you have, like, a favorite magic creature type? Like, do you have a favorite tribal type? Because I am, like, dying to know if you have, like, you know, like, if it's, like, you like merfolk, or if you like, I don't know, like, spirits, or something. Let me know if you have, like, a favorite, like, creature type or something like that. Because I gots to know. I gots to know. It's a psychology thing. It's a psychology thing. Angels and elves. Anything sexy. Okay. All right. So like probably uh like the Sarah Angel that is not ugly. Um maybe even like Lorwyn elves or something like that. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Um yeah, I just was curious cuz your art style in particular intrigues me, and I had a feeling it would be something like that because you have a very um, interesting way on painting physical beauty in women. So I was just really curious about that. I bet you're a big fan of like the elves of Lorwyn and stuff like that, huh? Yeah. I have to. I don't know. I might have to add some white, is what I'm thinking. I think if I just kind of like trail this green in a few different like spots, but not like too heavy, I can kind of see if I make that like a vine. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this green that I'm using right now, so I'm just kind of like putting it in a few different weird areas and seeing how I like it. Um, I think I'm gonna have to add some white to it. Um, but I want to add some like I kind of want it to be in a few different areas. So let's see here. So I'll focus on the green first, and just kind of get it to the spots where I want it to be. So I'm going to just kind of boop, add some like dots, some small lines. I kind of like the idea if it's like wrapped around like near here like that. I bet what I just said made no sense. I basically am just adding like an interesting little bit of the green to make like a vine shape, kind of wrapping around the text box just a little bit. So I thought that would look cool. I want to add like just a couple of interesting details to just kind of catch the eye, make it a little more interesting, because that's how I like it. Spooky, scary, ghosty goo. What do you think? Does that look pretty good? I'm looking at it in the camera, and I'm actually surprised. It seems like the camera picks it up much better than it does look on the painting based on my own eyesight. Check that out. That looks cool. I think it looks cool. I think I also might add like a little bit of green here to kind of connect it a little bit more. That might kind of look more attractive. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna just see if I can kind of there. That's not too bad. I'm just kind of adding a little extra into the actual art piece to kind of connect it and make it trail down a little nicer, make it look like it's more just more connected. There. I kind of like how it's kind of going off the sides a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, we're good. Just kind of adding in a little bit there. God, I love it. It's so pretty. I like what the green's doing. It's just very nice. Let me just add a little bit more, like right over, probably around here. Whoop. Hold on a second. Okay. kind of adding in a little bit there, and a little bit there. And then maybe I'll kind of like wrap it up around this way. So I like the idea that it's just kind of like all trailing in every which way and every, a few different directions and stuff like that, to kind of like draw your eye around all over the different area of the card. It just looks cool. Looks really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to add in a tiny amount of white paint. And the white paint is going to be to add some shading to the green vines. Just so, because it's like, for example, like, we got the darker color, which is kind of like the underside of the spirit's belly. But then it's got like this brighter white shade going on. So I want to better show that using white paint. So let me go ahead and grab some of that white paint. And go very light with it. So we don't want it to be too heavy. So we don't want it to actually be white. We just want it to have like some white shading to it. There. I'm also kind of just trying to like outline it instead of like painting directly into the green coloration. So like that way it's kind of got this like in other words, you could still see the darker green, and the white is just kind of on the sides, so it's like a sheen to the actual green color. So there. I'm going to add a little bit more. Oh man, it's starting to get warm in here. I've been having to keep the windows in my apartment closed because we're having so pretty much every time during this particular time of the year in summer, we have a lot of wildfires. And so the last couple of days have been really smoky and gross. So in order to, I mean, it's not so bad. Like, it was really bad yesterday. Today, it's actually a lot nicer. But I still just want to be careful and keep the windows closed. But the smoke can get so bad that we actually, last year, had smoke that was so bad in the air that basically we had a weather warning for all of our town was given a weather warning that we were required to stay indoors as much as possible, and if we had to go outside, we had to, it was basically like they recommended not staying out for long periods of time, and also wearing an air mask, like an air filter mask. And I actually have an air filter mask that I use specifically during the summer around here when it's really, really bad. Like it was last year was the worst. Like it was so bad that the smoke last summer was so terrible that I had to I first of all couldn't see 10 feet in front of me because the smoke was so thick. And also, even with the breathing mask, I could still smell, all of the ash coming through and everything like that. It was so bad. And, I even remember, going out on town because I had to go to work. And I remember going into town, and everybody who was, walking in the streets had, face masks on their faces. It was really bad. And it gets like that around here. It's just I don't know. It's this particular area. just has a lot of problems with wildfires. So it's kind of like it's practically its own, like a wildfire is practically a form of weather in my town, you know? Um I mean, obviously, it doesn't get like dangerous in the sense that like the fire doesn't normally um like the fire doesn't normally like hit our town super hard and like cause lots of destruction, because normally it's really interesting. The the cities and towns outside of where I live are the areas that have the problems where the fires actually occur. But the what happens is our town just gets all the smoke. We don't get the actual wildfires. We just get all the smoke, and it just kind of like all piles into our town and makes the air quality really awful. So, but that's a part of living here. Like that's like like I said, it's in the summer. It's practically a form of weather, like smoky air. So yeah, because of how bad the air quality has been, I've been having to keep my windows closed for the last couple of days and just running the AC, and which is nice. Like, and I don't mind because actually the majority of this summer I have not had to use my AC. I've only had to use it within the last couple of days. So it's been relatively. We had a really cold winter, and so now, because we even our winter also ended really late, so it's kind of like we've been dealing with a cool summer as well, which is kind of interesting because the last couple of times, the last few years have not been like that. Like the summers were really really hot, so it's just kind of nice that it's cooler this year, And I mean, like I said, the the wildfires suck, but at least the wildfires are not actually happening right here. Just kind of covering some of the white spots that are too bright with some more of the green paint. It kind of it actually makes the white blend in better too, because it's making the green lighter on the areas where the white has been put in. So it's definitely getting that more light shade of green, which is really nice. I think I'm also going to add a little bit of green down here as well. There. I really like this piece a lot. It's like the more I work on it and the more I look at it, the more I like it. That's the thing that's really hard about doing these sometimes too, is because like while I'm painting them, like I get really attached to them while I'm doing them. So it's like there are a few pieces where like they feel like where there have been a couple of pieces where I intended to give them away, and I would get so attached to them while painting them, and it would feel really hard for me to want to give them away. But then I always do end up giving them away when that does happen. But I definitely have that moment of like apprehension where it's like, oh, it's like I'll never see this piece again. And but I always told myself that it was generally when I have like a piece that I'm painting for somebody and then I get really attached to it while I'm painting it. The whole thing is that the reason why I get so attached to the piece is because I wanted to work so hard on that piece to make it exactly like how it should look for that person. So that way I can, when I say that to myself, it makes me feel more comfortable with giving the person the piece that I'm making, Um, so yeah, I do get attached to some of my pieces, and I can definitely feel that with this one. I really like how it's coming together. It's very, I don't know. It's just I like it. I think it's like I said because I like this card a lot as well. Like I think that's a major part of it too. Okay, so I got the green right about where I want it to be. Um, it's very nice. I really like it. But one of the things that I want to do is I actually want to go back into the black again. And I was thinking about this while I was painting this green vine. I want to kind of add some breakages in the vine with the black to look like, you know, random twigs and leaves and foliage and things like that. So I'm basically just kind of going over some of the green areas with a little bit of black. Just to, you know, kind of add that more natural appearance to the area with all the dead foliage and sticks and things like that. It just makes it, you know, look a little bit more like it's, you know, in an area with lots of dead leaves and plants and things like that. Just kind of adding that in and that. And it's really nice because you can just add like a few small swipes to it. Like, you know, you just kind of put like, oh, there's one branch, that's a line, and then there's another one right there. And then there's one right here. There we go. The other thing too is I have to be more consistent with some of the like the branches and stuff. Like for example, I can see in the art that there is a shaded branch that is popping out from the art right about here. So I'm basically using this black to kind of continue that. Put a little bit right there for the same purpose. And I gotta make sure that I can see what I'm painting on. There we go. Put some right there. Some right there. And let's see, there seems to be a little bit over here as well. There we go. That looks nice. I'll just kind of lead that up right there. And maybe put a couple over here, just like so. There we go. And then maybe I'll do some down here as well. Like I said, it's just the little bits of foliage and stuff like that, just to kind of like give it that extra little bit of detail. That looks really nice. Maybe, It's like, that looks really nice. Oh, wait, I want to do this. Oh, wait, I want to do this. Hey, that looks really nice. Ooh, I want to do this. Ooh, I want to do this. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Oh, man. Okay. Kind of thinking about it just a little bit, seeing how I feel. Because I am planning to kind of wrap this up pretty soon, because I'm feeling pretty done, and we're over an hour, which is exactly where I want to be. So I'm just kind of trying to add some more touches here and there. There we go. Let's see. Thinking very hard. What do you guys think? You know what? Let me show it to the camera, and I'm going to ask you what you guys think. Do you think maybe it might need a little bit extra, or if you think it looks about right? Because I'm feeling like it looks about right, but I'm not totally sure yet. There, check it out. See, I added like all these little black streaks to kind of look like the grass coming up and messing with stuff. So I thought that might be kind of cool. And kind of change it up so the glare isn't so bad. There. What do you guys think? Hey, Richard, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I actually am in the process of probably wrapping up this stream. It's been about an hour, and I feel like I've gotten the majority of what I want this to look like done. You know what, Richard? Tell me what you think. Do you think it looks all right? Because I'm kind of trying to figure out if there's anything else I really want to do to it before I wrap this up. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. I just really wanted that green trail. I thought that was really cool of an idea, so I wanted to kind of add that in. Just a little bit extra. Make it look really nice and creepy and weird, like it's reaching out all over the place and you know, covered in vines and stuff. Alright, well, I'm going to let it sit here for a couple minutes and just kind of hang out for a smidge because I'm kind of... just need to take a breather for a sec. But yeah, I like it a lot, and I think it looks pretty good. And, yeah, I'm just really excited to keep on doing these streams and, you know, get more deep with them, because I have some really cool ideas for other stuff I want to do. The main thing, though, is I'm really excited for that new high-definition camera to come in. Like, that's what I'm really looking forward to. And hopefully that'll be here in about a week or so. I'm not totally sure when it's going to show up, but I'm very excited about it. I might also change up my whole station again. Because, what you guys don't know is that I'm actually sitting in a corner right now with this workstation. And I thought it might be cool to actually have my workstation be over at my art table, because this is not actually my art table. My art table is actually located over here, on like in this direction, like here. You know what? I'll move the camera so you guys can see it actually. That over there where the easel is, that is my art table. So like that's where I keep all of my paint equipment and things like that. And one of the things is that I'm kind of hoping that once I get my new camera in and I'll be able to really mess around with it, because I'll have like a extendable arm that will basically allow you guys to kind of see the top of the card. So it's going to like hover over the top, and I'll be able to move it in all sorts of different directions so that you guys can see things a lot more clearly than this single fixed position that we've been having to work with. So I think that it might be really fun that if I get that all set up, like the new camera and all of that with the giant crane arm, it'll be really fun to actually move over to my art table over there. And I'll have a lot of more freedom and a lot more space to work with, because this particular space that I'm sitting in is very confined. And the reason why I have it set up this way is because my computer is primarily located right here in this corner. So I think I might be a little more comfortable with moving. What I might do is when I get the new camera, I might rearrange my room so that my computer is located closer to my art table. And that might just be nicer. Like, I think it'll be a nicer environment to work with. So I'm pretty excited about that. And like I said, that'll probably, I could probably check real quick. They probably have an estimate as to when my camera will show up. So let me check real quick. Yes, please tell me. Please tell me. I also ordered some cards. Let's see. It says that it will probably show up. Oh, wow! It says it'll show up on Monday, so like 2 days from now. Cool. I was not expecting it to... Well, we'll see. We'll see. You never know with them. They might be shorter, like it might arrive quicker than that, or it might take some more time, so I don't really know. But I'm very excited to take my my channel and my setup to the next level and have like a nicer camera and like a crane, and like you guys will be able to see more, and I'll have my face up there, and it's just going to be really cool. Like I'm really excited about it because it's like I said, I'm once again trying to take the next step forward with the channel. So yeah. Um, yeah, I think I'm actually going to start wrapping it up here. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to give a special shout out to Bo Falcon. Bo Falcon was very, very kind to me yesterday. I was having trouble setting up my Minecraft. Basically, what happened was, for some reason, my banking information was not working with the Minecraft website. So, hey, Michael's Magic, you were just in time for the end of the stream. Let me show you what we did, just to give you a heads up. We finished the Strangleroot Geist, so here it is in all of its glory. It's got the nice little vine growing all over the place, all wild and crazy and such, which I really like. And but yeah, it's basically done. And I'm just kind of wrapping up the stream here. We're just kind of chit-chatting a little bit before it's over. So sorry, I got distracted. The Minecraft website was having a problem with my bank. In fact, it was having so much of a problem that my bank contacted me thinking that I was dealing with fraud and that somebody was trying to use my bank account to make some illegitimate purchases. So it just gave me all sorts of trouble, and I wasn't able to buy the game. And Bo Falcon was very kind, and he contacted me and said, hey, like, I know you're having trouble. Let me just buy the game for you, and I will send it your way, and you can enjoy it. And I really appreciated it. I offered to pay him back, and he was very kind and said that he wanted to do it because he's a homie helping out another homie. So I really appreciate that, Falcon, and I consider it a very wonderful donation. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I've aided a new addiction. Yeah. Yeah, I think you already heard me say I played Minecraft all night last night nonstop. I basically got no sleep. It's really bad. I haven't played a game like that in a long time, like a game where I was like not able to stop playing it. So yes, you might have started a new addiction for me. And I was thinking like I'm brainstorming on it. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys what you guys think of this. Would you guys be interested in seeing like some Minecraft stream from me? Cuz like I was debating whether or not I wanted to actually do any video games on my channel. And the thing is that like I I know that Minecraft is kind of the popular fad right now. But that's not what made me want to get into it. It's literally that I was watching all these new people start playing the game, and they looked like they were having so much fun, and I wanted to go and have fun too. So that's why I picked up Minecraft. But I was also thinking to and I was also saying like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't, stream it because everybody's streaming it. But now I'm wondering if maybe like it might be kind of fun for you guys to watch me stream some Minecraft. I don't know if that's what you guys are into. And I know Cinder Shadow is doing it too, and so is Mike Hatcher. I don't want to really tread on any toes, and I don't want to, make people, because I know that a lot of my fans are fans of Mike Hatcher as well as Cinder, so I don't want people to feel like they're getting burned out by watching me do Minecraft as well. So, just let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that, because I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. And what I might do is that if I do end up doing it, I might do like really late night Minecraft streams. I'm talking about, because I played it all night last night into the early morning. And I was thinking maybe I might do that, is like when Cinder Shadow gets off of his stream, maybe that's when I'll start doing Minecraft streaming. So I'm not totally sure yet. I'm going to think about it. So yeah, let me know if you guys are curious about it. Pretty cool. Oh, glad you like it, Michael's Magic. Yeah, I just finished it up, and it's very nice. That's what real gamers do, is play Minecraft, yes. And don't worry, Michael's Magic. It's totally okay if you miss a stream. All my streams are up available to be rewatched if you want to do so. Um, and also, I'm thinking about changing up how I do some of these streams as well very soon. One of my ideas is to basically do the streams so that they're temporary, but so people can come in and have a good time and hang out and watch the streams. But then the streams will be converted into like basically 10 to 15-minute videos where I shorten down the time. So it would be like a speed paint run that you guys can watch in like 10 or 15 minutes. And then I would do a voiceover for the painting as a video. So that way, like, the streams are a one-time thing where people can come in and join and have a good time and hang out and talk and watch me paint. And then afterwards, the stream will go down, and then I'll have like a 10 or 15-minute clip where people can just come right in, listen to what I have to say about the painting, and see it get done in a very short amount of time. So that's kind of what might happen in the future. But until then, the streams are going to stay up so people can rewatch them. I wouldn't mind watching Minecraft live streams. Okay, well, I'll think about it. I'm still in the very beginning. I don't know very much, so I'm still in a major learning process. So it might be fun to kind of start soon, maybe, based on how much I know. So we'll see. So yeah, unless anybody else wants to bring anything up, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So yeah, I had a good time. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Please, if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys can know when I'm going to be streaming or making video content or whatever. Also, in the description below is my PayPal account. If you guys want to donate, that is where you can donate. If you guys are also interested in commissions, you can contact me on the Discord for my channel, which also, my Discord channel is public and it's under my name. So you can just look up Mr. Habanero and you'll find the channel, the channel Discord. So if you guys are interested in commissions, contact me on the channel Discord, and then you can pay me through PayPal when we get it all arranged, and then we'll figure something out. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to call it here, guys. I, once again, had a great time. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It was wonderful having you all here. And just remember, follow your dreams, because if you follow your dreams, they will get you to exactly where you need to be. So you guys have a great day. See y'all later. Bye.